live. There we go. Sorry, y'all. What's going on, everybody? Greetings, Natasha. Greetings. What's going on, everybody coming in? Welcome to day 17 of the summer of ritual. Greetings, beautiful. Greetings. I'm wonderful, Nuri. I'm wonderful. Greetings. Congratulations. You already know what I'm talking about. I really like this one. Too bad I can't download it. Say good afternoon, King. This is my first time being able to join. I'm so excited. Well, be breezy. Welcome to day 17 of the summer of ritual. And today's another special one because nobody would give me any idea yesterday on what to do today. So I just decided to stop asking from here on out because I'll just let spirit channel it through me the whole day while I wait to go live. And of course, every new live stream comes with a new encontra, like the whole nine. Every new live comes with a whole new encontra. You feel me? And today's being day 17 of the summer of ritual, today's ritual / lecture is standing your ground. Woo! Look, I already feel it, right? Woo! Standing your ground. Standing your ground. This was gonna be a roller coaster. This was gonna be a roller coaster. What it is, beautiful. This is gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be like the look. Oh yeah, we good. Stand your ground. Everybody put it in the comments in caps lock. Not caps lock. Damn, I just exposed my age. In all caps. I said caps lock. Everybody put stand your ground in all caps in the comments. I want to see it. Stand your ground. That's the theme of today. That's the theme of day 17 of the summer of ritual. Stand your ground. Comment stand your ground. Yeah, I love to see it. Told y'all we got to get more participation up in here. All of this silence is it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that participation. I got to see y'all working today. I got to see y'all excited and participating because you're safe here. I think that today is going to be a special one simply because it's something that we can all, no matter how much you think you do it, it's something that we can all stand to do a little bit more of. You know what I'm saying? It's something that all of us can do a little bit more of. You know what I'm saying? Like we can stand a little bit more. We can stand our ground a little bit more than we have been. Because more than half the time, half of us don't stand our ground fully anyway. We stand it just light enough to get certain things out of our face for the moment until we're ready to deal with it. Although deep down inside, look, I've already started, right? No time to waste, 4 o'clock on the dot. Although deep down inside, we want it away from us forever. But because we're afraid to hurt people's feelings, or because we consider how people are going to feel in the reaction of us standing our ground, we stand it partially, only for us to regret that later. Only for us to regret, I should have did. I should have said, this is what I should have done. This would be a better way that I could have taken care of this situation. I should have told him it was over right then and there. I should have told her how I really felt in that moment right there. I should have told him that this made me feel that way. I should have made sure I told them what I really wanted, instead of them getting me what they think I want and how they think they know me better than I know myself. I should have said this. I should have did that. I shouldn't have moved over here. I shouldn't have moved over there. I shouldn't have linked up with them. I shouldn't have called them. You know what I'm saying? Standing your ground is something we can all stand to do a little more of. We can, all of us, me included, all of us, we can stand our ground just a little bit more. But it is wrapped up in trying to predict the outcome. So if I stand up for myself right now, if I stand my ground right now, and the people that I'm standing my ground against don't like it, there's going to be nothing but chaos in my life. So I'd rather just cower in fear and not stand my ground. I'd rather sit back and worry about XYZ and not stand my ground, because I don't want, a lot of us make up excuses because our situations are not as stable as they should be. And I'm already on people's skull caps. If you hear, I love you. This ain't no shade. This ain't none of that. Today is day 17 of the summer of rituals, because these are lecture/rituals. Today, stand your ground. A lot of you are in situationships where if you do stand your ground, hear me out, you're in situations where if you do stand your ground, you're going to lose everything in the process. But let me tell you why it's so important to stand your ground. Because instead of thinking about losing everything in the process of standing your ground, I need you to understand that until you stand your ground, you've lost yourself, not internally, but externally. In your external world, you're not yourself. Internally, everything is internalized. All of your anger, all of your hurt, all of your sadness, all of your guilt, all of your ideas, everything that you've ever wanted to do. When you don't stand your ground, you could be containing the very things that could change your life. I told y'all, we already going in. It's only 4:02. We just got on here, and I ain't stopping for nothing. Standing your ground in the face of adversity is going to boost you in a way that keeps you from ever having to stand your ground in that way ever again. Because when you stand your ground properly, you're prepared to close out that whole overall reality. But when you stand your ground partially, you give that person or that thing a chance to go back and revamp the plan. Okay, so they stood up to me today and told me I talked to them a bit mean, and they want me to talk to them a little nicer. Well, instead of saying, I don't like when you talk to me like that, and you're not going to keep talking to me like that, you said, you speak to me in a very mean way, and I would like it if you were just a little bit nicer. You put the stipulations on it, and now they're just a little bit nicer, just a little, and they're still a jerk, and you still can't take it, because with the moment that you should have stood your ground, you gave a partial expression, and that wasn't standing your ground. That was just standing your boundary. You know what I'm saying? That was standing up for your boundary. That wasn't standing up for yourself. Because in order for you to live the life that you want to live, you got to be authentic in every realm and reality that you step in. You got to be willing to be the same person inside, or you got to be willing to be the same person outside that you are on the inside. The one that told them, shut the hell up, don't talk to me like that. You got to be that person all the time. You can't just be that person internally and hope that people feel you standing your ground, because most people aren't looking to feel how you feel. They're only worried about how they feel and how they can push all of that energy onto you. But if you only stand your ground internally, you ain't stood up at all. You're not standing your ground when you internalize what you need to say. You're not standing your ground when you internalize the way you feel. You're not standing your ground when you internalize everybody else's microaggressions and all of that passive aggressiveness and all of that drama and all that crap. You're being so passive with your life at this moment in time that you can't stand your ground. Because if you do, people will tell you switched up, because you've been making excuses for years on why you can't stand your ground. Y'all be acting surprised, right? Greetings, Rose, greetings. Y'all be acting surprised, right? When you close something out with someone and it's an argument And they go, oh, well, I'm shocked that you feel this way. And you try to convince yourself that you did tell them exactly how you felt about it. But people are never unclear when you're completely clear about the way you feel about it. You have to make sure when you stand your ground that you're stern, that you're firm, that you're not relaxing on it at all. Because if you, I'm telling you, the more excuses you stack up against yourself, the more weapons people can pull on you in this thing called life. In this little thing we call life, every time you decide I don't want to stand up for yourself, you give them another weapon to use against you. Every single time. It's like clockwork. And you, well, why do they treat me so bad? Because you're allowing them to treat you bad. Oh, well, I told them I don't like the way they talk to me. Well, why would you keep telling them instead of removing yourself from the atmosphere altogether? Because this brings up the question of self-worth. Here we go. This brings up the question of self-worth, because the truth is, you know, you deserve better than you're allowing the people in your life to treat you like. You get what I'm saying? You know you deserve better, but because you keep waiting on better, they keep performing less than what you deserve on purpose. Because I mean, you don't stand your ground, so what they gonna do? Why they gotta be better if you won't stand up for yourself? You're literally trying to mold them into the person you want to be because you're too afraid to walk away from it. That's a part of standing your ground, walking the hell away when it's time to walk away, instead of making excuses like, I love this person. You can love a person from the moon to the earth. You can love a person from the earth to the moon, and they still wouldn't take a step out the front door for you. You can love a person with every fiber of your being, and they still won't give you a morsel of what you've given them. And you will sit around and wait for the gift. The gift should have happened at the beginning. Like, I know you'll treat me better than I've ever been treated before. I know that you'll reciprocate what I give you. And most of y'all get the answer from the jump, but instead you just wait. And that's one opportunity where you don't stand your ground, because your boundaries mean nothing if you won't stand up for your boundaries. The rules and the laws over your life mean nothing if you won't stand up for the rules and laws over your life. Your beliefs mean absolutely nothing if you won't stand up for your beliefs. You see, standing your ground means I am 100% solid and sure of who I am. And when I am unsure of who I am, I stand up for myself in that unsure space. What's up? I stand my ground at all times, because as soon as I'm not standing my ground, anything can slip past me. That's why a lot of y'all go through these cycles where the same things happen over and over and over again. All it's gonna take is one time where you stand your ground. You say hello every time I join. I feel like you're talking to me, Ashe. This is the ritual that I channeled today, the lecture / ritual, standing your ground. Because none of you are weak. Said, is it possible to stand your ground and allow them a second chance? Of course, it's possible to stand your ground and allow them a second chance. But just remember, the more chances you offer a person, the more chances you give them to mess up. I mean, two is pushing it. Because if you introduce yourself correctly at the very beginning of a connection, they already know better than what they're going to attempt to do later. So one chance is enough, because I already told you. But if you have that compassion in your heart and you feel like they're trying to be better and you feel like they're trying to change, then cool. Another chance is on the table, but a third, that's going against yourself. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You fool me 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Fool me 3 times and we both foolish as hell. Get me? Sorry, I'm looking at both screens. I'm on YouTube and TikTok. Say, yep, I gave too many chances. They think I'm supposed to get a pass. Or that's what I'm saying. Every time you choose to not stand up for yourself, you give them another weapon for their arsenal, especially for those that are dealing with people who know exactly what they're doing. So it can't be a whole fool in these streets. Can't be, because people are going to take advantage of that every time. You're going to be a fool to try to spare people's feelings. Oh, and then you try to be the world's top psychologist for people, and it's causing you to not stand your ground because you're using a term that I perfected. Okay, you're using a term that I perfected. All right. And I'm not playing. I perfected this. And it was destroying my life all in all. This is where I traced everything back to. Every little bit of turmoil I went through, traced back to this one statement right here. Y'all ready to hear it? What's the statement? I'm gonna test y'all. I need y'all to participate today. Ain't no sitting in silence unless you're working and you just listening. What's the statement I'm looking for? It's the one statement that we use that's so passive on our own energy that we don't know we're screwing ourselves in the process by trying to psychologically save everybody in this world. It's two words. I'm always here. Nope. That's another one. No, that's another one. No, that's the aha, aha. That's just how I am. That's another one. Aha, because it's not true. Aha, it's okay. That's another one. You teetering, y'all teetering. It's okay. It's close. I want you to know what y'all be saying for real. Y'all favorite thing to say is this: I understand. Nah, sit and feel that for a moment. I understand. You are not their psychologist. You are not their therapist. Understanding is your job when someone is working on themselves. I understand if you're working on yourself. But if you're not, this understanding is not present, because when you try to understand what somebody's going through in correlation to how they're treating you, what you're doing is putting a band-aid over a bigger problem. They abused you once. I understand why, because his mother never loved him. I understand why, because her mother wasn't there. And that's your excuse to not stand your ground. And so you take it, and you take it, and you take it, and you take it until you snap one day. And that's why people act surprised when you finally flip out, because you should have flipped out the first time. You should have stood up for yourself the first time. No, you're not going to be talking to me like that. And I'm not going to give you the opportunity to ever talk to me like that again. This is for my empaths in here. When I told y'all a while back, stop dating your clientele. This is what I mean by that. Because in that moment where there is an abusive behavior that manifests in your connection, that's the time for you to say, okay, it just switched over from being a relationship to a job. What's good, bro? What it is, Nate, baby? It switched from being a relationship to a job, because someone's willingness to not change puts you at a disadvantage every single time. Because while you're focusing on being in love, now they don't see you as their lover, they see you as their healer. But you rarely see the switch when it happens. And so because you missed the switch, here you are in La La Land, you know what I'm saying? Shoots and ladders. You're playing the board game. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? You're playing Monopoly or something with this person. You think it's a board game. Okay, they're going through a tough time today. After they get through this tough time, then we'll be able to be right back on the right track. The problem with being on the right track in a relationship means that you have to be on the same road and moving at the same pace in order to be on the right track. But while they were broken and you were trying to help them heal their brokenness, you grew also. So when you come out of it, it's already too late, which means you didn't have a relationship. You had an extended client. I want no relationship. And y'all talking about I can't heal from that. You know why you can't heal from that? Because you won't stand up to yourself at the fact that the pain that you're harboring right now don't even belong to you. I'm about to snitch. I'm about to snitch on y'all right now, because the last stop thing that you did before you exited that relationship was basically ask yourself, how much more of their pain can I take in my exit? Now you walking around with a piece of them. Oh, I can't get over my ex. Gee, I wonder why. Gee, I wonder why. You don't even stand up for yourself to yourself. let alone to anybody outside of you. All of those feelings that are welling up in your gut right now, will you stand up for the way you feel about the things you feel about? Or will you act like it's nothing and say, I'll just deal with it later? When the opportunity presents itself, stand up for yourself, because what you learn in that moment in time is that you are worth more than the struggles that people try to hand to you. Excuse my French, but that shit don't belong to me. That's not my problem. That's a you type of problem. That's a you type of issue. Them your mama and your daddy issues. Those are your traumas. Because if we're gonna walk through this thing together called relationship, if we're gonna walk through this thing together called love and companionship, the willingness to heal says I should continue to understand. But if you're refusing to address what's causing issues in this connection, then understanding will be the weapon you use against me to keep me while you heal through what you're healing through, only to abandon me when it's over with. Because you're not the only one who grew while they were healing. They grew too, more apart from you. Work finished. I don't give a damn about no retrograde, bruh. My ex keep coming around. They're coming back around for the pieces of themselves that you won't give back, because you can't let go of the fact that you didn't get what you truly desired out of that connection, because you understand. Just because you understand. I don't care how much of a healer you are, and I'm yelling at the healers right now because I got to. I don't care how much of a healer you are right now. If it ain't in their face, if it's not happening in their face, then don't take it home with you. If it's not happening in their face, then there's no reason for you to shoulder that and think about it later. That's not your problem. That's not your issue, and it's not for you to solve. It's for you to give them the clues if you choose to, but the clues should happen once or twice. That's enough. Y'all give so many chances that some of y'all exes think that y'all gonna be connected forever because they forever got a line to you. They forever got that line to you. Some of you use your past. I'm gonna tell you why the connection don't break. Because some of y'all use your past relationships as accolades. How can you be proud about walking through the storm with the person who had an umbrella the whole time? You was the only one out there getting wet. That's your accolade. How you proud to have survived being with a narcissist when you knew when the narcissist switch was flipped and you thought, superhero, I got this. I'm strong. I can handle anything, which are all spells that you put behind the statement, I understand. I can handle it. And I'm talking about for the fresh relationships, not the people that's been together forever and then here comes a crisis. No, there's a difference. There's a difference when you just meet somebody and all of a sudden it's trauma this, trauma that, dumping here, dumping there. They yelling at you, they talking to you all sideways, and it's, I'm sorry, I don't mean to treat you like that, but I never had nobody treat me good, so I'm kind of scared to be with you. Well, if you're scared, let me go ahead and excuse myself, because your fear is going to destroy me. You're not ready. What's going on? How are you? Welcome to day 17 of the Summer of Ritual. Understanding your ground. I almost said understanding. Standing your ground. And I mean stand your ground on all fronts. It is not what you're standing your ground about. It's how you stand your ground. Because if you believe something to be true and someone else doesn't believe in what you're talking about, that's not the time to stand your ground. Lack of understanding of somebody else doesn't automatically make them your enemy. If you cannot enlighten them, then lighten your load by walking away from them. You understand? A lot of people think we're at war with one another because a lot of us have different unique beliefs. And so we stand our ground in the wrong position, where we look at one another like the enemy because we don't agree. An agreement doesn't make us friends either, because there's plenty of people make agreements and pacts with one another that destroy each other in the end. That's how I know for a fact an agreement is weak along the course of your ascension. How can you not stand your ground for what you believe in and then get mad that somebody tried to take you away from what you believe in? It's almost like you didn't really believe in it anyway. And I'm not making an excuse for those that have tried to abuse you, but I'm tired of you making an excuse like you didn't know it was going to come anyway. You felt it. You felt it down in your system when the switch switched from love to job, when it switched from relationship to assignment. You felt it. You knew better then, but because you don't stand your ground often enough, you couldn't pick yourself up and say it's time to go. You said, I'll stay and see what the end is going to be, but you didn't know the end was going to be you. Now you're afraid of love. Now you're afraid of relationships. Now you're afraid of making friends. Now you're afraid of making business connections. You're even afraid of your own spirit team. Now you're afraid of everything when all it took was one time to stand your ground in complete honesty. Everything you don't stand your ground against when it's time to, you end up wearing like a garment. Every time you don't stand your ground when you're supposed to, you end up wearing it like a garment. That's why all of you can literally say, I've always been this way. The overachiever when it comes to caring and loving on somebody else. This is just who I am. That's why you can say that, because you never stood your ground once in the face of when that beautiful part of you was unappreciated. Because I'm not saying who you know you are is a bad thing, but how you let people treat you is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. Martyrdom, Ashe. Facts, super facts. All of this time, you've been playing the quiet game in all of your connections. You've been playing the humble game in all of your connections. And that includes connecting to yourself. Because I always get on your heads about this. But you can easily tell somebody else they're amazing. But when you say it to yourself, you don't believe it. And if you're empathic, I'm going to tell you what you've been doing this whole time. And it's probably going to piss you off, but I need you to hear me. And I might need you to get a little pissed off, because for once in your life, at least you'll start what? Standing your ground. But the reason why you can encourage somebody else to greatness, but can't encourage yourself to greatness, is because you're giving them the greatness that belongs to you. Hello, empath. Let the Church of Consciousness say, Ashe, you literally been giving your greatness to others. If that ain't deep enough for you, let me take it a step deeper. That's why when things go crazy, all of a sudden they got the same similarities as you. All of a sudden they got the same passions, the same likes and dislikes as you. You think they're pretending to be you when you're the one who forced the outfit on them. You told them you believed in them while they were refusing to believe in themselves. So you forced some belief in yourself on them. But that believe in yourself belonged to you. Anybody? Anybody? If you want me to take it deeper, I'll take it deeper. Say, take it deeper, King. Look, take it deeper. You want me to take it deeper? We can go down this rabbit hole, but I'm going to pull you out. I promise you that. I'm going to pull you that. But we're going to go down this rabbit hole, because standing up for yourself is powerful. Take it deeper. This is why your manifestations as of lately have been seeming like they're being blocked, because for every particle of yourself you give up, you trade it for another particle. It don't just go away. You know what I'm saying? I give you this piece and then it fills back up. No, it's an exchange of energy. So every time you decide I'm not going to stand up for myself and my energy, I'm tired, but I ain't going to tell you I'm tired. I'm feeling too emotional and heavy today, but I ain't going to tell you I'm feeling too emotional and heavy today to even listen to your problems. You just going to stand there and take it. And all of that energy you had to fight through your battle, you handed them your fight. All of that energy you had to bring into fruition the desires of your heart, you handed them your fruition. All of this transference just to get mad at them in the end and say they never gave me a thing when you were the one that gave all of you away. That's your steez. You like to fix people. The problem with fixing a person is this: if you don't know who they are at their core, no matter how many times you rearrange the pieces, you'll never get the puzzle correct. Oh, I fixed them. Did you now? Or did you turn them into a version that you could stand because you couldn't stand up for yourself? Hmm. 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 I ain't saying it's easy. I ain't saying it's easy. But as I always say, it ain't gotta be easy, because it's always gonna be worth it. Because all it takes is for you to stand up for yourself authentically one time, for your mind to get used to resisting being a slave to other people's ideas of how certain connections should go. One time. For you to prove to your own consciousness that you can. And then all of a sudden, you're going to ask yourself the most important question of all: what else can I stand up to? Said, ooh, King, this stuff love, but thank you. Now I see where I'm going wrong. I shake. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, how can you truly say you stand for anything? Oh, well, I stand for love and light. I hear y'all talking. I hear y'all popping good shit in my ear right now. Oh, well, I stand for love and light. Then why you ain't give it to yourself? Why you ain't give it to yourself when you knew that that person was having a lot of joy in their darkness? Why you ain't give it to yourself? Then tell yourself, I love me enough to get me out this situation. Oh, well, I practice non-judgment, which is why you'll never fix your own problems, because you're too afraid to judge yourself. You're too afraid to look at you and say, shh, you messing up. You messing up. You know better than this. You deserve better than this. You're worth more than this. You don't stand your ground to yourself. A lot of people are so caught up in this spiritual journey being all butterflies and rainbows that when darkness comes, they don't believe that it's the tool that created the very rainbows that they see. Because there's no way you can see your light without having ever or never looking into your own darkness. There's no way. I need y'all to understand, because I'm not one of them. I love prosperity. You already know I'm a money guy. You already know how I get down. But I'm not one of them people that's gonna make life seem all light and beautiful all the time. Because sometimes you need to see the ugly, because it's going to show you where you've always been beautiful. It's gonna show you. Like, wait a minute. Like, I deserved way more than I allowed myself to have. You see that ugly that you got through, that exposed the beauty inside of you. The only reason you left your last relationship is because you knew you were better than what you were allowing to happen in your life. Yes, you may have went through hell in that relationship, but in a sense, that's what it took for you to finally see that your worth is worth more than you're allowing people to abuse it for. You like, oh, well, I'm not going to let you keep using me for all I got. I'm tired of being drained every night. I'm tired of crying myself to sleep. I'm tired of being worried whether you talking about me behind my back. This goes for family, relationships, and friendships. All the ships. But some of y'all take so long to stand your ground that you dig yourself into a deeper hole. So no matter how tall you stand, your head is still not above ground. You'll be all right, Catherine. You got it. Get moving. But you got to see the ugly to recognize how beautiful you've always been. The thing that you're refusing to look at is causing you to stop looking at yourself. Said, I got to be honest. I never loved myself since becoming awakened on my journey. Let me tell you why you feel like you never loved yourself on this journey, because you've been asking one of the most confusing and asinine questions there ever was in the existence of a question. And that's, who am I? It's hard to love you when you're constantly telling yourself, I don't recognize me, by asking me, who am I? It doesn't matter who you are. All that matters is what you do with who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you can't see who you are until you become who you are. And if you need me to break that down a little further, I shall. Because the people be like, well, that was deep, but I don't understand what you mean. You can't see who you are until you become who you are, until you literally wake up every day and be so authentic in your movements that the reality is literally reflecting the truth of what you are back to you. This is how it happens. You wake up today and you say, you know what? I don't feel like hanging out with that group of people. And then all of a sudden you don't go hang out with them and you like, man, now that I'm not going to go hang out with them, I don't know why I feel so guilty. Time to check something. Why you feel guilty when you chose rest, when you needed to rest? Now you're addressing the things inside of you and removing everything that's not you. And it's going to expose what you should love. It's going to expose it. Can't love who you are until you become who you are, until you live who you are, until you exist as you are. So many of you think that being spiritual means being dignified. My state, man, stop it. Being authentic is how you really get to the goal. You pissed, you pissed. You happy, you happy. You sad, you sad. Be in that space, examine it for what it is, so when you come out of it, it can't trap you anymore. It ain't all about being positive all the time. Positivity will get you in trouble too, because you loved and liked your way into your last relationship too. That's what you did. You loved it. That's how you got. Oh, this person is so kind. They're so sweet. They match the frequency I'm trying to obtain. What about the frequency you are? Because it doesn't matter how positive you become. If that's not your true frequency, you won't be at your peak power. Maybe you are a more serious person. Doesn't mean you're not happy. Happiness is not a look, it's a feeling, and we can't see feelings until we try to paint the attitude of said feelings. When you're happy, you smile. When you're angry, you squint. You know what I'm saying? Until we do that, we can't see our emotions. So the definition that you give to this emotion is actually what gives it more power, or it takes your power away in the process. But you will love yourself when you walk this world as yourself, authentically and unapologetically. You're going to see, oh, I've been everything to love this whole time. But spirituality, in the way that it's taught that you're meant to go obtain something. You're trying to obtain enlightenment. Whoever I'm talking to, didn't you just have, with what I just said, didn't you just have an aha moment? Didn't you just have a moment like, man, that's facts, right? Right? Look, I'm gonna wait, right? Right? Because I'm going to give it to you hard, but I'm going to give it to you easy at the same time. If you just had an aha moment with what I just said to you, that's enlightenment. Authentically seeking that which you are by removing everything that which you are not. That growth, enlightenment. And enlightenment happens at all times when you're open enough to see what you deserve rather than what somebody else imprinted on you that you deserve based off of the rules they created while they were controlling you. Have you even dropped the program of the people who hurt you? Man, I wish I could. One day I'm going to find me a real graphic designer, because I'm going to make it a show. I want to show y'all what it looked like in my head. Because until you take off the disguise that they forced on you by abusing you and not loving you properly and using you and all of those things, until you remove that disguise, you'll never see you. I know it's going to hurt y'all feelings or probably piss you off, but how's it feel to know that the majority of y'all been walking around not you this whole time? There's a way to integrate your lesson without wearing your lesson. Y'all know how y'all be like with your zodiacs, right? Y'all be like, ooh, I don't like Libras. You know what I'm saying? No, what happened with a certain Libra traumatized you. So now you feel like they're all that. So you wear a Libra blocker. you got on a Libra blocker. Oh, I got on my Libra blocker. No, that's fear. Integration makes you understand that it doesn't matter what they are, it doesn't matter what they represent, that each person is different, which means you're going to learn something new in every encounter instead of searching for your old encounters in new people. Because when you put on a certain type of personality blocker, you compare everybody to that blocker, which actually makes you strengthen the blocker, which is why most of you are paranoid in every connection you step into. Oh, they finna play me. Are they? Are they? Are you sure? Oh, well, they said one of them words. I ain't like one of them words. Is it any worse than what you've been saying to yourself as of lately? You're reflecting your own need for healing off of other people. Off other people. You want to know why? Because of this one point. You never stand your ground. Excuse me. You never stand your ground. I like to think sometimes that I have one of the hardest journeys in spirituality. I got major main character syndrome. I don't care. It's how it's supposed to be. I'm the main character of my life. I'll be like, I got the hardest spiritual journey ever because I don't conform. I stand up for myself. I stand up to anything that tries to take me away from the focus on my own growth, balancing these internal energies. You are considered my enemy. There is no religion that is my enemy, no God, no devil, no demon. That is my enemy. Anything that comes against my development and my mastery of self is my enemy. But then when I look out at them and I think, damn, they really tried to get me, I got to take a cold, hard look at myself. Because how did you get got if you know better? Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Right in your face. Right in your face. Right there. I'm sorry that I didn't break out and glow. You know what I'm saying? But the glow happened internally. Because once I take some accountability for how I allow myself to be treated, I stand up for myself more efficiently in the future. So when I see a red flag, I understand this ain't the field I need to be on. So I exit before I try to dive too deep into the connection. And now I can't let the connection go. Now I can't release it. Now it's hard. I love them too much to let them go. Which means you love them so much that you're going to let you go. Because the longer you sit in a situation you don't want to be in, the less you are valid in your own energy. Because if you're not being yourself, you are the one, like I always say, showing up the liar. You're the one showing up a lie. Oh, they're lying to me. No, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. There's a mystery going on and you got to solve it. If you feel like a person is lying to you, whether it is valid or not, all you need to do is excuse yourself from the table. Because whether you find out whether that was true or not, if you take some accountability, what the hell made you get in a situation where the person could lie to you? You got to be so cold at being yourself that anything that is not you, not of you, not like you, not in your likeness, not in your plan, not in your map, that it should signal you every single time. And you just be like, you know what? This ain't where I need to be. And stop apologizing for leaving. It's easy to tell a person this ain't working out. It's even easy to give them the why. But they don't deserve the why. I'm doing this for my peace. And that's the end of that explanation. Because the truth is, anybody that tries to keep you against your will had an agenda to use you against your will. Say, I stood my ground to the narc older brother when I was weak and scared. That's the time where your ultimate strength shows its face. That's that moment. That's that moment because you can't take it no more. You can't. You literally can't take it anymore. Not because they're pissing you off and they're making you tired, but because you're finally tired of yourself. You had that talk with yourself, even if the talk happened in a millisecond. Even if you said in 4 seconds, you know what? I'm better than this. That's all it took. You stood your ground to yourself, the weaknesses which you hold internally. So if you ever ask yourself, why do I have to keep going through this? It's because you refuse to stand your ground against the thing that's causing you to go through it. And it ain't nobody outside of you. It's all internal. Every last bit of it. We could point. It was you. It was you. I know it was you. I know it was you. This is all your fault. But the longer I don't stand my ground, the more of my fault it becomes. Then I ain't talking about physical danger where somebody put their hands on you. I mean, technically, when you leave that and you take some accountability, you saw the signs and you needed to leave. But in the moment where it happened, no, that's not your fault. But how you carry that wound becomes a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like a fault in the ground, a fault in your road to your greatness or to your happiness. You let this thing come up, and now instead of being a straight road, you done put a few thousand bends in it. Now it's not straight to your glory, it's a squiggly to your glory. Now it's not straight, you put a mountain in the middle of your road. Every time you choose to not stand up for yourself. If you worth more than that, act like it. If you deserve more than that, act like it. If happiness is what you're seeking in this world, then be happy with yourself enough to understand that if it's coming from outside of somebody, if it's coming from outside of you, eventually it can be taken from you. But nobody can take anything from inside of you unless you personally volunteer what's inside, which is what most of y'all do when you get in a relationship. You say, this is who I am. I don't care what we go through. I'll always be there. Shit, I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you that. Because if I'm the only one in the ring fighting, then I'm really fighting myself. Y'all hear me? If the person or people in your life ain't swinging for their own healing, don't you lift a finger in defense of their brokenness. I'm going to say it one more time. If the people in your life not throwing one punch for their healing, then don't you lift a finger for their brokenness. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. And because that's when they're going to turn against you. You ain't did nothing for me. And the truth is, I want y'all to know, no matter how much work you put in on a person, you really ain't did nothing for them. They didn't lie when they said that. That's the truth. Because if the people you're focused on don't want to change, then you ain't did nothing for them. So I want you to rewind that pat on your, take it off. You ain't did nothing. Because they refuse to be better. And they don't need to be better for you. They need to be better for themselves, which will ultimately have them to decide whether they want to be better for you or with you. Not for you, but with you. Because a relationship isn't about I give you, you give me. It's we give one another while we travel down this road freely. This road of love, this road of companionship, this road of friendship, this road of family. There's so many different roads to take. But if we can't walk down this road together, we don't need to be on the same road because we'll put up obstacles for one another. That's why most of y'all feel like you outgrow your relationships because you couldn't even find a balance in helping your mate heal and helping yourself heal at the same time. You want to know why? Because that was your client, that was your work, and you thought it was a relationship. Told y'all a long time ago, stop dating your clients. Stop dating your clients. You save yourself some peace. You know what I'm saying? You save yourself some peace of mind. So casting your pearls before swine, then blaming the swine for not appreciating them. All facts. The hard facts. Are y'all understanding what I mean of why it's important to stand your ground? You don't have peace because you don't stand your ground. That fear of what's going to happen when you stand your ground makes you weaker every time. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but you can even stand your ground to the boss at your job. And I don't know who the hell I'm talking to, but I need you to hear me and hear me clearly. That's when you go from being an employee to being a slave. When you go, oh, well, I don't want to say nothing because I might get fired. You know what you sacrifice every time you don't stand up for yourself? A little energy. A little of the energy that was going towards the desires of your heart. Said that is my shirt and that you are wearing, and I'm here to stand my ground to say that. Well, we got to stand our ground against Walmart because that's where I got it. We got to stand our ground against Walmart because that's where I got it. You know what I'm saying? But it's important because you can't get mad for losing yourself in the process where you keep giving yourself away. It's not worth it. And I'm sorry for the person in here with the broken heart who feels like, man, nobody ever loves me how I deserve to be loved. I need you to take a step back and say, I've never loved me the way I deserve to be loved. Because if I truly love me, I'll stand my ground against those who don't even treat me a mere morsel of my worth. It ain't about what you bring to the table. It ain't about how much money you make. It ain't about what you're doing with your life. No, it's more so about how you gonna treat me along the course of doing what you're doing for your life. How you gonna treat me when you got money? How you gonna treat me with everything that you put on the table? Because the way you treat me is way better than anything that you could ever give me. See, that's a big act of self-love. Because you're like, it don't matter. It don't matter. Everybody in here could run into a millionaire right now. They could be like, let's get married and I'll take care of all your needs and desires. But the truth is, what you really desire is authentic connection, so you can finally talk about the things that challenge you, and you won't get that. But I mean, all your bills is paid. You got the newest cars. You got the newest shoes. You got the newest everything. You don't have to worry for nothing except for your own sanity. I need y'all to start searching for quality relationships, not quantity relationships. How much you got by how much I got. Facts, you want me, but how you gonna treat me? Quality over quantity. Because a quality connection gets a lot together. You understand? A quality connection, yeah, they get a lot together. A quantity connection, they lose a lot together. Because there's always a measure of who has more and who can endure the most. Standing up for yourself has to be one of the most divine things you can do for yourself. So that's what I always say. I'll give you a quality man. Facts. Not stand up for yourself. You can't keep getting mad at the world for everything that's happening to you, when every time something happens to you that is an injustice, you say nothing. Like when your crackhead cousin came to the crib and stole your microwave, but you ain't say nothing to nobody. You just can't believe he would do that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't believe he would do that. When that one person disrespected you by when your last mate disrespected you by flirting with old girl or flirting with old boy, you ain't say nothing then. You just held it in. You internalized it. Well, I just didn't want to snap. If you don't snap, how can you control your anger and your fury if you never use it? You ain't gonna hurt nobody. You gonna hurt yourself every time you try to hide how you feeling. So Shaman not holding no punches, not today. I'm excited about today because if just for a moment, each and every one of you stand your ground, you'll see your situation turn around in a way that you never even thought possible. Oh, but I don't want to go through nothing. You ain't never stopped going through something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never stopped. And you never gonna get a break until you stand up for yourself. Said I am and will. I used to cry at night saying, why am I given and all is taken? Trying to seek the why. When you already understand the why is irrelevant to the point that you're going to keep using why and years will go by and you still won't get what you want. Instead of sitting there waiting to see if you're going to get it in, a couple days, maybe even a week tops, you don't get what you desire out of that connection, you should be leaving it right then and there. Because consideration goes a long way too. I know that I'm going through XYZ right now and I haven't been able to give you the attention you deserve. I'm just really going through something. See, most people who are using you don't explain their pain. They just expect you to catch it and deal with it. That's when you know. Facts, you're going to go through something either way. I'd rather you go through the thing that's going to set you free. I would rather you go through that. Say, hey, King, I apologize for being late. I'm at work. It's okay. You're good. You're good. Present is on time. You understand? I said, I see these people's priorities and I'm not on the top. Don't try to be on the top. Just try to be in the presence of. Because I don't care how much I love you. You'll never be top priority in my life. I'm top priority in my life. Because I have to make sure I keep myself together or everything that I connect to will eventually fall apart. You just want to make sure you're still in the ballpark of priority. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be one of the priorities. Because this is a relationship. This is a connection. That means we exchange. When you're going through something, I exchange understanding. When I'm going through something, you exchange understanding. When I need a hand up, you reach out. When you need a hand up, I reach out. When you need to feel cared for, I care for you. When I need to feel cared for, you care for me. And then when we're both doing good, we love and we care for each other. But it's not a measure of how much and how little. Nah, I don't want to be nobody's top priority, but I want to be on the priority list, because you never neglect anything on the priority list, no matter what comes first. See, you know how they always say if they really had time for you, if they really want to talk to you, they make time. That's what that means. You may not be number one on their priority list, but they put you in the schedule of their life, which could change at any given moment. Things always happen. Things always happen. So we can't, oh, well, they said they was going to call me in an hour and it's been an hour and a half. If you don't put your damn phone down, cool. They didn't call you in an hour like they said they were. Go on about your day. Because when they explain what happened to them and why they couldn't call you back in an hour, oh my God, you're going to feel like trash. You're going to feel like trash versus the person that knows that they could have called them back, but they chose not to. That's just a phone number you block right there. Said, no way my siblings would come anywhere near this talk. Y'all got to stand up for yourself. Welcome to day 17 of the Summer of Ritual. Stand up for yourself. Nobody can use you if you're not usable. Nobody can use what's not usable. Being useful and usable are two completely different things. Being useful means I volunteer how I help you. Being used is I'm going to manipulate out of you what I need. You get used because you're usable. But when you're useful, that's when you control the entering of that contract. Oh, I'm just really going through something. This is where you stand up for yourself. Oh, well, I'm really sorry you're going through that, but I really don't have the time to talk about it right now. If I find some time later, maybe we can talk about it later. You'll find out whether you're being used or whether you're useful by how they react to you standing up for yourself. Because standing your ground doesn't necessarily mean cussing them out. It just means I don't have the capacity for that right now. I don't have the capacity for that right now. And if they go, oh, I'm sorry, I do understand, then you're useful to them because they respect what you bring to the table. But when you're usable, oh, that's when you get the argument. Oh, I guess my situation just too heavy for you right now. You know, you get everybody's been through this conversation that has a big heart. You know, you don't care about nobody but yourself. You so selfish. All I needed was somebody to be there for me. And if I could just have somebody there for me, maybe I can get through this. They're manipulating you out of your energy right then and there because you didn't stand up for yourself immediately. Like when I say it happened fast, it happens to some of y'all fast. It's so fast, it makes your head spin. Like, where the hell is this coming from? All I said was, no, not right now. No, stand your ground. Stand your ground. And you stand your ground in conversations like that by walking away at that point or hanging up in their face. I know it sounds rude, but they hung up understanding in your face. I don't have the energy for it right now. Oh, well, I feel like you don't even care about me. Blase, blah, da, 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 da. Literally, they hung up the conversation in your face. They no longer care what you just said. I'm not considering your feelings because I'm only considering mine. Thanks for the roses. I'm only considering my feelings. But if you stand your ground in that conversation, when they get to yapping and jaw jacking, hang the phone up. Get off the phone. Walk away from them. And I mean, if they grab you while you're walking away, my next favorite thing to say is put them on their pockets. You want what I have to offer so bad that you're willing to abuse it out of me. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, yeah, because this can get dangerous in light of that. Now we're playing with danger. But when you stand your ground the first time, you can keep yourself away from that problem. Said, bro, I have had to stop conversation in mid track because the first thing is they bring is negative, bro. That and then the conversation, I will hang up in your face. I pray people that love me to death don't have to experience. I will, and then I'm gonna call you back. Are you done? Are you done? I really want to talk to you. Really want to rock with you for a moment, but you want some other stuff. So I'm gonna have to hit you back. You cool? Oh no, I'm not cool. Come on now. Come on. Hell no. Say you gotta stop tearing into my soul while saying this. I get it. I needed to hear it, but damn, it's all love. Said it's the correction the first time because after that it's a push. Exactly. Exactly. So from here on out, to each and every one of you, stand your ground the first time. Right when you feel uncomfortable, learn to say, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Because the things that you don't stand your ground against, that aren't you, you know what I'm saying? The things that are not of you, the things that are not of your principles, your moral compass, every time you do that, you lose a little bit of your own way. You lose a little bit of your own power. Now anybody can step on you. Anybody. And for those of you that are deep in it, because I'll let you know if you're deep. If you deep at being weak in the presence of the things you need to stand against, I'll let you know if you're really deep in it. Okay? You know you're really deep in it when the people that are using you bring other people to use you. When they bring other people to use you. Oh, go holler at such and such. He's a sweetheart. Oh, go holler at such and such. She helped me again. She helped me with this. She helped me with this. Maybe she'll help you. They don't even ask you. They just bring them. Hey, you really helped me with this. So I just wonder if you could help them with it. Whoa. Back it up. Back it up. If you would have stood your ground when you helped them. See, I'm the kind of person, if you hit me up for some help and I decide that I want to give it to you, I'm letting you know it's only for you. So if you decide to bring somebody else to me when I snap, you can't say nothing. What you so mad about? Because I'm not here for you to use. I can make myself useful. But once you manipulate me out of my use, you are using me in a manner in which you're manipulating me out of my energy and you're treating my worth like it's nothing. So this is brilliant. Love this. Ashe. So be useful, not usable. Useful, if you don't remember nothing I say, you write this down. Useful is your choice. Useful is your choice. Usable is when it is taken, when your choice is taken. Useful is your choice. Usable is when your choice is taken. I want y'all to meditate on that. It's gonna piss you off. But this is a righteous anger. Because now you're gonna stand up for yourself early. You're not even gonna go certain places because your intuition told you not to do it anyway. And in that moment, you've just rebonded with the source of creation. Greetings. In that moment, you're like, damn, if I listen to my intuition the first time, I won't doubt my intuition later. See, it's always on point until you doubt it. Now you think you're lying to yourself, therefore you don't hear guidance clearly. Usable is when your choice is taken from you. Useful is up to you, but usable is when your choice is taken from, or useful is when it's your choice. Usable is when your choice is taken from you. Straight up. Take a sip of my water. I sat here today and I just thought, what is today going to be about? And Spirit said, standing up for yourself. And I had a nice little cackle about that. Because I was like, usually when we do these rituals, these lecture/rituals, I let y'all pick. Y'all say stuff like family trauma, black magic so we can cleanse the black magic off of you. But I'm like, we need to do some preventive care. Preventive care is when you don't put yourselves in them situations where nothing is attached to you so hard that it can be called a curse. Get what I'm saying? I was like, we need to do some preventive care. Standing your ground is the best preventive care ever. Do y'all want me to take it? I mean, we've been talking about it spiritually this whole time, but I want to take it strictly in the spiritual direction really quick. If it is a rule in your life to not shake hands with people, don't feel bad when they reach their hand out and you don't reach yours out. If it is in your spiritual law to not hug a person and somebody goes, hey, and you go, whoa, don't feel bad about that. If it is in your spiritual law not to say a certain word, then don't let them manipulate that word out of you. If it is in your spiritual law not to eat a certain thing, then don't feel guilty when people try to make you seem like you crazy for not eating that. If it's in your spiritual law not to deal with a certain type of person, then that's okay. Stop feeling guilty when people got a problem with the fact that you ain't finna deal with that. These are your laws. This is how you stand your ground. A lot of people lose their way on their spiritual journey because they keep falling victim to how everybody else thinks they should be or exist in this world. You can't control the outcome of my actions, so don't try to control how I make decisions. Stand your ground. If they go, you need to, because a lot of y'all suffering from the war between religion and spirituality, but I promise you, there's no difference between religion and spirituality, because everybody who had their awakening now has their own rules and bylaws that they live by. Why do you think you journal? That's your Bible. There is no war. The problem is everybody is cross-referencing the truths that they live on, which means that your foundation itself is not solid. You don't have to explain the way you believe to anybody, because we cannot share beliefs in the same body. That means me and you, we cannot share. The way I believe in God and the way you believe in God, the way you believe in the universe and the way I believe in the universe is unique to our makeup and our nature. But y'all be sitting there arguing with people. No, this is facts. This is facts. It's all facts, because my truth is your lie is my truth. In your belief, what I believe in may be the enemy, but it's what brought me joy. It is when we bring it to one another that it becomes a war. The war itself is an illusion, because nobody is standing their ground against themselves, because I don't need you to validate what I believe in for myself. If the belief ain't a group activity, faith ain't a group activity. Even if we all believed for a red Corvette with the license plate 7C62B, we would not do the same thing with the red Corvette. Standing your ground is knowing that your path is unique, and it's not always easy to be unique, but it always is worth being unique. Because you exist. Hear me out for the deep ones in here. If you're unique, hear me out when I said I need your undivided attention right now, damn it. If you are unique, you are the only reason that possibilities exist. You said go deep on that? I shall. I shall. Like I said, because you're unique, you're the only reason why possibilities exist in a world full of people who are unsure about themselves. So they jump from belief to belief to belief to belief to belief. They're copying everybody else's formula, which means nothing new happens. This is why we're victims to cycles, because we don't do anything new, but you're unique. So you are something new, which means the possibilities of the future, of existence, of consciousness, especially in your own world, are because you exist. So all of this debate with other people about beliefs, when you having a hard time believing in just how unique you are, is a waste of time. It is a waste of atmosphere. Because I'm gonna stop saying time. I'm not gonna say time is illusion, but it's a construct to measure the speed. Okay, but you're wasting atmosphere. You're literally wasting atmosphere. That's not standing up for yourself. That's standing against yourself. I understand that you bounce your truth off of others to challenge it, to make sure you really believe in it. But that willingness to be changed by everything you encounter means that you're a slave to everything that you encounter. And I know that every person you meet might be able to teach you something, but that shouldn't change your whole overall makeup, because your morals shouldn't slip based off of the truth that you just received. Because if your morals were solid in your uniqueness, that means you're sent to bring something new to the table, which means that the moral compasses that already exist have nothing to do with yours. You see life the way you see life for a reason, because there was something unique you're meant to do. But when you allow yourself to be molded by your atmosphere, you feel like you 10 steps behind your purpose. Mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, today's that day. Today hitting like Tyson in the first 20 seconds. Today's that day. Standing your ground could look like rearranging your home the way you want it to look, versus the people you let come in your house that said this would look cute over here. Standing your ground could be wearing the clothes you want to wear versus wearing the stuff that makes other people comfortable. Standing your ground looks like you wearing your hair how you want to wear your hair. Standing your ground looks like you talking how you want to talk. That's what standing your ground is. And it's the most powerful thing you can do, because as soon as you relinquish that control to somebody who can't even fathom a mere portion of you, you become less and less of yourself over time. The best guru in your life is you. You just ain't lost your mind enough to believe in yourself. That's it. It's always worth it to stand your ground. Always. 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 Because standing your ground isn't cussing people out. It's not allowing yourself to get to the point where you have to cuss somebody out. There's your peace. There's your love and light. It's something you have to give to yourself. Give yourself more grace than you give other people. Because when you run out of grace, instead you're going to run from people and you're going to hide. But because you're out of grace, as you're trying to rebuild your energy, you attack it at the same time. That's why as much as you want a blessing in your life, a part of you feels like you don't deserve it, because you've wasted your grace on people who ain't got none for you. That's why when you look around, there's nobody around to help you. You're not alone because nobody can handle you. You're alone because of the way you allow people to love you, because you don't stand up for yourself when something feels off. I'm going to say something. Me in person, I'm going to say something like, something wrong with you. Like something's off here. I can't, I don't know what the feeling is. I don't know what's ill about it or why it doesn't make sense to me, but it just doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and excuse myself. And that's when people get to defending themselves, trying to call out their flaws, the ones they were hiding from you, which is what you felt. Oh, I know sometimes I can be overbearing. I'm sorry. Oh no, you just calling out your own stuff. And again, you can't manipulate me out of my energy, because that stuff belongs to you. Greetings, Natasha. That stuff belongs to you. It don't belong to me. What you telling me for? I've been uncomfortable. I'm standing my ground. I'm standing my ground. I'm telling the truth. I've been uncomfortable. I'm just letting you know that this is done. This is over. I don't need to hear your sob story, because that's what you wanted me to help you with from the jump. I'm out of here. I don't see nothing in my bank account for this job. I thought this was a relationship. This turned out to be work. We're going to have to talk about a different type of contract with this one, buddy. Because I love you enough to listen to you. And you love me enough to, I love you enough to listen to you, but you love you enough to completely ignore me. Sounds like I'm the one that needs to practice a little more self-love. I think I need to give me some more love, because I keep giving you all this love and you take it and just multiply the love you have for yourself. Ain't that some shit? Mm, 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 mm. Start seeing every encounter as sacred And it will show you how to measure how long that connection will be a thing. So you don't give yourself any excuses to extend something that should have been closed. And that includes, because I know I'm talking about the things outside of you, but I'm also talking about the things inside of you. See, when you know your worth, negative thoughts can't survive long either. See, I love myself enough to where if my mind goes, you're gonna fail at that, I tell my mind, well, I'm gonna go see it. Because that's not your intuition, that's your mind. It's what you taught it. So it's trying to break you because it's just keeping the program you gave it. So in order to change that program, you got to love yourself so much that your mind isn't the first thing that governs your life. You are. Because that fear that you have that you might fail or fall on your face is merely coming from a pattern of thoughts that's telling you you can't do it. And then it's trying to give you examples of why you can't, instead of you giving yourself evidence of why you can, why you should, and for the past 15, 20 years, why you already have. See, I'm strong enough to get through because I've been strong enough to get through. You know what I'm saying? I'm strong enough to get over because of how many times I've already got over. I'm strong enough to heal because nothing has ever had the ability to destroy me. That's standing your ground with yourself. I don't need my thoughts to be more positive. I need my thoughts to be more sure. I need my thoughts to be more sure. So when I say, man, I believe I could really go crazy with that and do some amazing stuff, I need my mind to be like, yeah, you can. See, I need it to be sure. Because if I'm going to bounce my ideas off of anything, it's going to be myself. But until I stand up to myself and everything that's taking away my glory, every time you bounce an idea off of yourself is going to kill it. That's the first person you're going to have to stand up to. And it's a process. It's a process. You got to stand up for yourself every single day. Every day. Some of you are trying to change your diet because you want to lose a little weight. Well, you're going to have to stand up to yourself. Buy a little less sugar every time you go to the store. Some of y'all trying to save up to buy a new car or to move into a new apartment or house. Well, you have to stand up for yourself and say, well, right now, this is the goal, so I don't need to spend my money on all of this. I'm going to cut this budget in half. Some of you need to stand up for yourself when it comes to the strength to live out your desires. Instead of thinking this is going to be hard, I always think this is going to be worth it all. And this is what I have to tell myself. I'm not telling you, and I don't tell myself. Because we're literally on day 17 of the summer of rituals. 17 days straight of this, I could give up. Wanted to. But that's when my companion, I've turned my mind from my enemy into my companion. I wanted to. I'm like, damn, I'm tired. My mind's like, do it tired. Watch, you say you're tired, and it's because you're so excited, waiting on the result or waiting on you to be able to do it, that it's tiring you out before it happens. So why don't you just wait and see what's going to happen? Then I get on live today, and boom, sparks, explosions. Because I made my mind my companion. I don't want to hear none of that. I can't. Because I'm not irresponsible. So I don't need the voice in my head to govern my decisions. Because I stand up for my worth, I don't need the voice in my head to govern my decisions. You say, yes, I'm exhausted. No, seriously, if you are really exhausted, stand up for yourself for once and actually act like it. Doing what you got to do and doing what you've been manipulated into feeling like you have to do are two different things. Some of you can't rest because you got to go hard, you got to pay them bills, whatever. Some of you can't rest because you're shouldering other people's burdens. Some of you are drained because you're doing what you feel like you no longer want to do. And in that no longer wanting to do it, a feeling came, but you didn't trust it. So you're still just doing what you got to do. You want to stand up for yourself. If you're tired, act like it. I say, Natasha, if you're tired, act like it. If you're over it, act like it. If you're done with it, act like it. And what I mean by act like it is put forth the behavior that says, I'm over this. Put forth the behavior that says, I'm tired. Because if you really are tired, why'd you pick up your phone today to answer a phone call? If you really are tired, why didn't you just stay in bed and look at the ceiling and just get your relax on? I understand if you got to go to work, but everything else, that's because your yes became automatic. So even when you are tired, people don't consider the level you're at. They just think, man, she's always tired, but she always comes through for me. Nah, this ain't Christmas. I ain't Santa Claus, and my name ain't Jesus either. Said mentally tired, act like it. If you're mentally tired, stand up for your mind. See, when your mind is cycling in your worries, just say, this is a waste of my energy. What's the reason to worry when worry fixes nothing? What's the reason for me to be stressed out when stress fixes nothing? Why am I going through these loops in my head, in my mind about this person I'm connected to when I already know better than this? Stand up for your mind. Give your mind some peace. It's yours. Say, yep, they say that. I know you're in pain, but can you do this? At least you can take a pain med afterwards. I want you to go to the store when you get some time. If you don't already have it in your crib, I want you to buy a canvas. I don't care if you got an old TV box. Rip it, make it like this big, like double, like quadruple the size of your head. Like make it like this big. And I just want you to write the letters N-O on it. N-O. N-O. Because if you have trouble saying it, put it somewhere where you can point to it. Sometimes we're so tired from saying yes that no feels impossible. Shit, I'm an asshole. Can you do this? I know you're tired, but can you? But what about? But why? What? It's a complete sentence. Trust me. It's a complete, and it's gonna piss somebody off, but it don't matter because as soon as you start telling them no, they're gonna stop asking. I was proud back in the day when I told people no so much that they felt like they couldn't even ask me for nothing. Because then I had to get past the guilt of not feeling usable and useful. I was like, man, if you're really going through that, just ask me. They're like, man, you always tell me no. I just figured you was gonna tell me no again. Good. I've trained this relationship to be beneficial for me also, so that at least when I need a break, I can take one. So no was like a catchphrase for me. I don't even let you finish your sentence. Can you know? You don't even know what I'm gonna say. I don't care what you're gonna say. No. Because all I'm going to do today is sit my behind right here on this couch, watch my favorite shows, and eat some of my favorite foods. This is what I've decided to do for myself today, which means the plan doesn't change just because your plan isn't working out for you. I'm sorry that you believe that I'm just the only strong place you can come to. Because if you never find the strength in yourself, you always going to be weak in the eyes of those that you beg for help. All of that. You better go stand up for yourself. You better go find you something to do. What Chris Tucker saying, Rush Hour, why don't you go over there and count something? Why don't you go over there and count something? You better go find something to do because my answer is not going to change because your emotional state heightened so you can manipulate me out of energy. Sorry, I no longer feel bad that you feeling bad because your feeling bad ain't my problem. When I'm feeling bad, I got to feel bad by myself. So in this moment, I choose to feel good by myself. Some of y'all just need to learn how to talk, bro. You got to learn to say exactly what you want to say, when you want to say it, how you want to say it in an efficient enough way to where they understand that they're becoming burdensome. That's what people say. Oh, because you don't say it like that. They go, oh, well, I don't want to be nobody's burden. That's when you go, good, because you shouldn't want to be nobody's burden. That's a great thing. Glad you came to that realization. Have a good day. Like I said, I'm going to watch my favorite shows and eat this good ass food. And right now, my show coming back on, you had 30 seconds during the commercial. It's either you going to sit down and watch it with me or you're going to get out my presence because you're kind of messing up my flow right now. Even if you say it in a joking manner, it begins to become true. Parents, I'm on everybody's skull today. Parents, parents, same thing with your children. Because you don't want to feel like a bad parent, so you never tell your children no. You always hit them with the not right now, which means they're definitely coming back within 45 seconds. You can't say they're getting on your nerves when you program the moment for them to get on your nerves. You can't say you ain't never got no peace when you program moments throughout the day for them to take your peace away. You're so quick and easy at giving your peace away that you don't even notice what you said. Mom, you said you was going to take us to the park later, and it's like 9 p.m. You ain't kept your word. I don't remember saying that. It's because you're so used to giving everybody what they want and ignoring yourself. But you did it so much that you drained yourself that you had no choice but to choose you. The problem when you got to bring it to a draining point is what happens to you after you're drained. That's called burnout. You burnt out. And when you burn out, that don't come back. You don't come back from that like that. You be trying to walk through life burnt out. You dragging your feet and you hanging your head low. You really tired? Act like it. Practice no. Practice no. Be stern. Gentle parenting and sissy parenting are two completely different things. You can tell your child no without disrespecting them, but don't let your child put their foot on your neck because they don't know what trying to be controlling is. They just know for a moment they have the control. That's all they know. They're not going in a room thinking, mom's feeling emotional, we're going to go bother her. No, they're just thinking this is my parent and I can talk to them whenever, because you never tell them no. You got to stand your ground with your children. If you got older children, oh, hell, get out of my face. You're bothering me right now. It's the truth. Let them have it. Oh, well, I don't want to be a bother. Your emotional issues don't belong to me either. I said you're bothering me because you are. Said I had NDE several times. What, the near-death experiences? Said the home was asking me to do things because I do everything. Well, it's time for you to sit back and learn to do nothing. Learn to do what you desire to do and let that be it for the day. Each and every one of you deserve a personal day, but my question is, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I can predict the answers. I barely even want y'all to answer this question. I know y'all could take a personal day, but when are you going to take a personal day? Most of you will say real soon, and that's just not good enough. That means you say yes so much that your schedule is literally stretched out for other people. It is absolutely, positively nothing wrong with canceling something you said you would do. So tonight when I get off in the next 4 days, take some personal time to yourself, children or not. They will be just fine. Their essentials is up to you. Their joy is up to them. Their essentials are up to you. Their happiness is up to them. So I'm walking up to the park now. Let my mom keep them. See what I mean? No excuses. Get it done. Get it done. You have to stand your ground at all times when there's something that you desire for yourself and you're trying to find the space to perform that act. You say, I don't know. What you doing tomorrow? What you got planned tomorrow? Besides work, maybe. What you got planned tomorrow that's so important that you can't take no time to yourself? As a parent, I think they're having some type of retirement party at the pool. It's just a bunch of old folks. I like the vibe. As a parent, the kids out of school right now, right? But I'm talking about when they get back in school, right? You probably got to take them to school early in the morning. Why do you take your children to school early in the morning if they're not catching the bus? Why are you taking your children to school early in the morning and then coming back home and stressing for 4 hours about how you had to get up and take them to school early this morning? It is not that you can't find the time for yourself. It's the time you should be that you should be using for yourself. You're using to transmute the things you feel like you shouldn't have to do. When you could just flip the whole thing around and stop doing the things you feel you shouldn't have to do. Where there's a will, there's a way. And you got to be willing to stand your ground. Willing. Facts. So you deserve to be in your authentic energy even if others don't like it. Exactly. Because everybody going to have something to say. Everybody. You know, because people in my past, it's just my story. In my past, because I would never fully drop an explanation on who I was, what I represented, what I believed in, people always thought that they could just make me out to whoever they wanted me to be. The problem with those whole overall conversations are I don't spend no time having them, which means as soon as you think you know me well enough, I'll just turn around and walk off. You're not trying to get to know me. You're trying to see where I could fit in on your schedule of manipulation, and it's not going to happen. I'm wise because I've been used. I'm wise because I've been a user. You understand? I'm wise because my love has been abused. I'm wise because I've abused other people's loves. I learned a lot trying to find the balance between I love how I treat myself and I love how myself treats me. That mental to body connection. I believe I'm amazing, but my mind was saying different. Then my mind was saying, I believe you're amazing, to my mouth saying, I don't know. And then one day I said, I'm amazing. And my mind was like, agreed. Agreed. No, Poppy, you got a point there. You know what I'm saying? You got a point there. See, when you sitting on your hands and your knees and you weeping about how hard your life has been, imagine how many times you could have stood up for yourself, and don't waste another moment standing down in the presence of yourself. I stand up for me and I stand up to me. What's up, G? I stand up for me and I stand up to me, because some of us have behaviors that we don't like about ourselves, and that's when you stand up to yourself. Why do I always feel the need to be there for people? I just can't help it because I feel bad. That's something you need to stand up to. It could hail from a childhood trauma, but if you stop seeking the answer, you can't get mad for the way you behave if you're not trying to change said behavior. What's the reason of beating yourself up when you won't beat the thing up that's causing you to beat yourself up? I'm putting my phone on the charger. Come on now, charger. Damn. Get in there, man. All right. No. Said the fact that others don't like it is their problem, not yours. All facts. Answer me in the comments right now. What's so wrong with being who you are? What's so wrong with being who you are? And I need y'all to start thinking selfishly for this moment. Don't add nobody else to this thought for this answer. What's so wrong with being yourself? Yeah, I just had a little charger battle. Me and my charger be going through it. I lost it the other day. I don't know how. And ever since then, we've been beefing. Said people will think I'm selfish. Exclude them. Just for this conversation right here, okay? Exclude them. What's so wrong about you being yourself? Don't include nobody outside of you. Because if you think people will judge you, you're expecting judgment, which means you'll judge yourself by reflecting off of false thoughts that they might have of you. Now you're judging yourself, which means even if somebody looked at you and smiled, you wouldn't think it was genuine. But when you're unapologetically, I feel like I'm touching on some powerful shit today. When you're unapologetically yourself, and you stand up for you being you, it don't matter what the intention of that smile is or that sharp look is. You could turn that into something beautiful in your mind instead of turning it into, oh, they looking at me because they think I look ugly, or they think I'm crazy, or they think da. You won't do that. You'll go, oh, I don't care why they looking at me. Anybody looking at me must see that I'm amazing. You got to do what you got to do to keep yourself high. Don't bring yourself low to try to feel the atmosphere that's incompatible with who you are anyway. Let me tell you what you do every time you try to fit a space you're too big for. Look, we don't go there. Every time you try to fit a space you're too big for, you're going to destroy it. That's why your home is hell right now. Because you outgrew that space a long time ago, and you keep trying to compress all while you're still expanding, which is why you feel so chaotic internally, because everything that you desire to be is alive and well inside of you and is trying to get out, but there's no room for it. So you got to contain it. You got to contain it. Now everything is in a container. Everything is contained. Your situation is not hell because they hate you. Your situation is hell because you love you. And you know better than to stay in spaces you don't fit in. You're not a cat. You're not a cat. You're not an octopus. How you going to squeeze yourself in a bottle of water? That's not what you do. That's not what you do. I'm too big for this space, so I need to plan my expansion. I get it. Some of y'all are not rowdy like that. I'm rowdy. I'll just get up and go. I'm rowdy like that. Some of y'all are not rowdy like that. So you got to make a plan. You got to be strategic. I'm even strategic in my rowdiness, though. I'll take a risk that'll bless my life. I don't mess my life up. But some of you got to make a plan. Be strategic. But don't try to lock yourself away while you're strategizing. So I was just saying I felt like a butterfly in a jar, no holes, suffocating, and made my exit. I shaped. Let me tell y'all something, man. That's why your family thinks, your friends, even your significant other, might think that you think you're better than them. Because if you can't contain your energy, even your goodness will overflow in the atmosphere. I'm proud of you, Jazz. We talked about it. You decided to do it. I'm proud of you. Jazz is currently at a video shoot. You know what I'm saying? Out there working. Sorry, I gotta clap for peoples, especially my peoples. Like I gotta clap. But stand your ground, man. Stand your ground against you first. You first. And then it'll be effortless when you stand your ground against everybody else. Because if you always make an excuse of why you can't let someone go, it becomes harder to release them when it's time to. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to when I say that. It was one of those oddly specific things. So somebody in here is definitely in preparation to release someone. But hear me out. The longer you take to let them go, the harder it's going to be to let them go. Every day you decide to cower in fear about releasing them, it's going to become more fearful to release them when it's time to. You might beg a person to stay that you were begging to go because you're taking too long. So yeah, he was always telling me I think I'm better than everyone. No, I'm just not going to lower. No, I already know what you're saying, Tammy. I already know what you're saying. Facts. That's how people view you when you're loving yourself. Oh, you think you're better. No, I just chose to stop wearing my pain as my outfit and I put on my glory suit. You know what I'm saying? I put on my glory shoes. I put on my glory shirt. I put on my glory do-rag. You know what I'm saying? I got the glory. Like my life is beautiful. I put on the my life is beautiful fit. You chose to wear your pain. I chose to wear my healing. You chose to wear your every time you had to take 2 steps back, I chose to wear my results in my progress. Everybody got a choice. That's what you chose. And as soon as you tell them that, oh, ain't nothing wrong with me, gotta be something wrong with you for you to try to think for me. Gotta be. God, I am perplexed. It's gotta be something wrong with you for you to try to think for me. Sounds you're something's misfiring in here. Because if I never said it out of my mouth, hear me out. If I never said it out of my mouth, not one time that I'm better than you, then how did you conjure that up in your mind? Because you're trying to think for me. And you wish that I agree with how you think, how you think I think of you, so that you can validate whether or not you right about reading people. The only person you ain't been able to read your whole life is yourself. Get the fuck out of my face. You're borderline schizophrenic because you avoid your healing so much. You avoid addressing yourself so much that the only voice you hear in your head are the voices you make up of other people's voices. That's another problem that has absolutely nothing to do with me. See, I psychologically break a person down because I'm going to keep you out my face. Because you done lost your mind. I don't live my life validating myself on how much greater I think I am than you. I validate myself by thinking how much greater I was yesterday. I think you're just pissed because it don't include you. You don't make me better. I make me better. Because it doesn't matter what you give to me. If I don't use it to increase my self-worth, then you've done nothing for me but enable me to be less than what I am. I'm sorry. Something's misfiring in your head. They got medicine for that shit. Yeah, if you cannot speak intellectually the way you feel, then stop engaging in conversations you know you can't handle. It don't make you weak. It makes you stronger and more sure of your own level. If you know you're with a manipulative person, listening to them talk is like hearing the word I'm lying to you and you love it. It's like hearing that sentence over and over again, but in so many other words. I'm lying to you and you love it. I'm lying to you and you love it. But what it sounds like is, I'm not the one with the problem, you the one with the problem. I'm lying to you and you love it. Stand your ground. Standing your ground is turning around and walking away too. As I know I'm talking about engaging in these conversations with people so you can close it out properly. But if you don't feel like you have the proper words to say, don't try to conjure up the conversation, nor don't say, I'm going to think on this and come back later when I have a response. Because if something takes you out of the element to bring or to break and destroy the first gift, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. If I'm interacting with you and I forget my alphabet, I know I'm being manipulated. You got me so confused that I'm confused on how to formulate exactly how I'm feeling. Which doesn't mean I need to go think about this and come back later. No, I need to go and never come back. To make me uncomfortable in myself so you can feel comfortable in yourself is a nasty, foul version of manipulation. And a lot of y'all go through that. And you tell yourself, I was just over emotional and couldn't talk. The question you need to ask yourself is why you were over emotional, because that'll let you know exactly what the connection really is. Because I bet you if I asked you, well, you couldn't say nothing, why were you over emotional? You would say, because you made me feel like XYZ. Hear this. First of all, you're lacking in accountability in that moment. No accountability in that moment. You're not blaming yourself, you're blaming me. So if you're blaming me, that means you like to leave yourself vulnerable. This pain is what you welcomed in because you didn't stand up for yourself. You may not have the words to say that I can't believe you would say this to me and this conversation is making me uncomfortable, but you could have said, bye. You could have said no. You could have said, I won't let you make me feel this way. Because if manipulation is coming outside of you, it's just like being hijacked. Just like being hijacked. You let this person dig into you so deep that they control your emotions. You're not the one in. Come on now. You gonna let that happen to you? Then when you stand up for yourself, it's standing up against the person who didn't hurt you. You know, like your next mate, the one you're supposed to be with, and you put them through hell because you didn't stand up for yourself when it counted most. Now you're expecting them to hurt you because you're finally ready. This is why standing up for yourself is something you need to practice every day so you stop hurting people who caused you no pain. Because everybody in this live stream right now has had a connection where they were the one in the wrong. You knew you was wrong. You knew you was wrong. You knew you were insecure. You were insecure because when you had the choice to secure yourself, you chose the opposite direction. I'm gonna let you talk to me however you want to talk to me, man. Hell no. Hell no twice. You understand? No. No. Every time you don't stand up for yourself in situations like that, you're not able to express yourself to the people you actually care about. Like, I want to tell you I love you, but I'm scared because of what might happen, because you're so scared of being hurt that not your feelings don't even feel secure inside of you. Now you're your own worst enemy. Now you doubt the way you feel, although you're sure the way you're feeling. I told y'all before, even if you can't be with a person, there's nothing wrong with still loving them and caring about them. There's nothing wrong with that. So you knocking the way you feel about people and the way you feel about things is causing you to confuse your own emotional tank. Now, anytime emotions come up, you feel like, man, I ain't finna go through this again, and you avoid it. Mm-hmm. People will use you, but like I told you, being useful is when it's your choice. Being usable is when your choice is taken from you. Just because you're vulnerable with the person about the way that you feel doesn't mean the floor is open for manipulation. I tell y'all I love y'all all the time, but I swear to whoever you worship, you can't use that love to get what you want from me. Then you have to see the other side of me, where all the doors, the gates, the windows, the sky, I got a firmament over my life. You ain't getting in, and nothing that you want from me is getting out. Hmm. I like that. I am a firmament. I like that. I like that. Look, you see me? I'm like, I like that. Said King, I now say to myself, I have options. 5 years ago, I used to say, I don't have a choice. I want you to add something onto yo, I got options. You're going to say, I got options, right? And then I want you to say, after you say, I got options, that a lot of opportunities just present themselves for me. You got options and opportunities, more than you can count on your hands and your toes. There's always millions of ways out of your situation. The question is, which ones are you willing to take? Because every excuse you feed yourself is another day procrastinating on your greatest life. Hmm? Consistency is defined by you too. The problem is, if you do it today but don't do it tomorrow, don't forget the progress you made today so you can start where you left off on the next day when you use it. Most people forget their progress. I got to start all over. No, you don't. You're building up consistency, and there's power in consistency, but there's also power in inconsistency, because it's going to teach you how to be more consistent in ways that work for you. Each and every one of y'all watching this live stream right now is brilliant in your own unique way. But until you stand up for yourself, your brilliance is just going to keep getting passed off as Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-All. Your brilliance is just going to keep getting treated like it don't mean nothing in my world. Each and every one of you are brilliant, but do you stand up for your brilliance? Each and every one of you are powerful, but do you stand up for your power? Each and every one of you are anointed. For the people that don't know what I'm talking about on the woke side of the fence, I guess, each and every one of you are anointed, but do you stand up for your anointing? Because if you have an anointing, or if you have a gift that's meant for the world, hear me out. If you have a gift that's meant for the world, it's not meant to be usable by the world. It's meant to be useful to the world. God did not call you. Source, the supreme architect of the universe, did not cause you to be a slave for other people's healings. God called you to be present when you can help with their healing. All of this guilt of what you can't do, I wish I could help them more. Get your life together so you can. What you crying about it for? What for? Said my throat chakra hurts because your expressions are partial. Your throat chakra hurts because your expressions are partial. And I told y'all, when you have something you need to say, every time you swallow a word, it's going to rot inside of you. That's why your throat is blocked. That's why your stomach hurt. That's why you always have headaches, because your expressions are lacking. Any information that comes in that needs to get out will not settle itself until it gets out. You want the pure version to come out your mouth, not the rotting version. The rotting version is when you say some stuff you don't even mean. You said they saying I'm man here in Dollar Tree. I say tell them follow me on YouTube, Wild Wealthy Shaman, King Soon 4774 on TikTok. That lack of expression is doing you a disservice. I'm not telling you got to cuss people out to tell them how you feel, but you curse yourself every time you contain how you feel when you know it needs to come out. You know it needs to come out when you can't think about anything but what you need to say. You just need to build up enough strength to actually get it out your mouth. It don't matter how they react. It don't matter if they understand. All that matters is you got it out, because the rule and laws over your life says, as long as I expressed it, whatever happens next is not on me. Because if I tell you the way you talk to me is disrespectful, then I'm not going to stand for all that disrespect. And you talk to me like that again, and I walk out your life, there's no way you can manipulate me to come back in, because we not kids, we grown-ass adults. Oh, I thought you was playing. What are we, 12? What are we? We're not children. You understood exactly what I said. I didn't smile at all when I said it hurts me the way you talk to me. What made you think it was a joke? You thought it was a joke because you thought you had my power. Now I'm standing up for my power, which means you no longer have access to me. That's when you know what kind of person you're really with, because that's when the true colors come out. And I hate to see them post online, but I see it often. Oh, well, fine. Go ahead and leave me like everybody else did. I sure will. Because the truth is, all of this stuff where you talk about people always abandoning you and people always do you dirty, they never want to be there for you, I could see why, because of the way you treated them. I'm just going to be the first person to correct you on that. You're not innocent. So when I close this out, because I'm leaving, no matter what you say, you're not innocent in this situation. And if you don't heal that, you're always going to feel abandoned, because you refuse to look at the things that are broken inside of you. So nobody's ever really, technically abandoned you. It was you who always abandoned yourself. Have a good one. Have a wonderful one. You be cool out there now, you hear? Job done. Job done. And when you get to your sacred space and you let them tears out because you can't believe you spent so long in a situation where you knew you weren't appreciated or loved, make sure you give yourself some love for realizing it and getting up out of there. Give yourself some, y'all need to give it. Why don't y'all give yourself some more love, bro? Because you definitely aren't where you were. You definitely aren't where you were. You know what I'm saying? Danielle, you said I'm stuck right now too. In what way? You safe over here. You safe over here in what way? And I love the fact that my audience is primarily women. So anytime a woman is facing a hard time, that's the only time I've seen women gather. It's right here. Like they'll gather. They're going to gather up and they're going to get you together. Watch. As soon as you tell me. As soon as you tell me, watch. Can I ask y'all something, ladies? What happened to sisterhood? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened to sisterhood? What happened to y'all coming together? Not to validate the wrong that y'all doing, but the good things that you need to be doing. So they started competing. So that's what happened to it. It happened to us too. It happened to the brotherhoods too. Now you think you special because you make more money than me. Like, man, I said it online too, and nobody responded. I said, I really want some guy friends. I was like, I don't have any guy friends. Nobody wanted to kick it. And I'm like, why? Why? I want to go have guy time. Why we not even finna talk about no women? We finna go be guys. You know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna talk about no women. We about to go be men, bro. Just go have a good time. Just a good time. Said with my son's father. Hold on, did I miss one comment? I gotta make sure because I asked a question. Said with my son's father, I live in New York making good money, but it's near impossible. Narcissism. It takes a lot to escape from a narcissist. It takes a lot. You said I don't have any girlfriends anymore. Andrea, what's interesting is you might find some right here in this live. Everybody in here is looking for connection, just genuine connection. But let me tell you something. To escape a narcissist might seem impossible, but sometimes you're going to have to do the impossible for your peace. I know you have a son with this person, and I know it may be difficult because you're like, what do I do in the wake of me just leaving, getting on my own? I hope he's not around while I'm saying this. I don't want to be the reason. Nobody head is between the dryer and the washer, bro. But at the same time, you can make a plan to get away from him. You could even take your son and run. And I would never suggest that to most people. But if you're dealing with the true narcissist, then the relationship with the child's not important either. It's just another faction of how they use you for your energy. It's okay for you to escape while they get themselves together, put the plan together later. For the visitation, for the connection with the child. But for you deserve some peace. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved properly. You deserve to be poured into properly. You deserve to be in your soft girl era like everybody claim they want to be. You deserve to have all of these things in your life, but you're going to have to take a leap. Standing up for yourself is when you leap. Standing up for yourself is when you leap and when you leave. That's how you stand up for yourself. It's not going to the person going, you hurt me. It's demonstrating the hurt that they caused. You hurt me so bad that my body pivoted by itself and it walked away from you. And I believe you can do it. And look at all these comments from the lovely divine feminines in here. They believe in you too. Because if some of them in here shared their testimony about what they got away from, you would know you could do it too. Matter of fact, ladies, share your testimony in the comments for her one time. Just one time. Just one time. Let her know that her situation is not impossible. Let her know it's not impossible. I'm not saying nothing until y'all encourage this woman, because you will want the same thing for you. And Danielle, while the comment I need you to read, because they're giving you strength, not just words of encouragement. This is strength they're giving you. See, that's the power of sisterhood and womanhood. How y'all give each other strength. See, Danielle, right place, right time, yeah? Could give you just the strength you need. All you had to do was show up and stand up. No, it's not her first time here. Danielle go kind of far back from me, and I know it's going to sound weird saying that to Danielle because I don't talk to Danielle, but I know exactly who Danielle is. I think that I just have a certain eye for certain people, and I just watch. But I know exactly who Danielle is. I think we probably spoke once, maybe. like long time ago. But I know exactly who Danielle is. She's not new here. I think she's more so new in actually talking. You know what I'm saying? She'll talk, but not much, which is why she probably thought I didn't see her. But sorry, boo boo. Sorry, boo boo. I totally saw you. There's really no hiding from me. Because the first thing I look at is your heart. You can smile in 1,000 pictures, but I see the tears before I see the teeth. He seen you. Yes, sure did. Sure did. That's why this time I'm giving you the floor to get the strength you need. That's why. See, that almost makes me cry because people think I'm so mean. And I just be like, if y'all knew how much I just sit here sometimes and think about y'all to try to put a plan together for you to just have some peace. Like, I wish I was a millionaire because I would hire the staff from like 20 different daycares, tell y'all all meet me in one city, drop all the children off and go, just go. Just go. You know what I'm saying? Just go. For sure, India, get your money. Get your money. Get your money. So I feel your energy all the time in my house, King. That's because I'm going to pluck you in your kneecap. You play around. I won't be playing about that. Said, wow, I really want to just go. Is that what you really want? Be honest. Not just with us or not just with me, but with yourself. Said, I'm trying my best so hard being the masculine energy all the time because he took away. Hear me out, Danielle. Hear me out, Danielle. I know you make good money, but when's the last time you went out for a manicure and a pedicure? That was just because you felt like you wanted to feel good versus using that as a means of escaping. When's the last time you took yourself shopping because it felt good as a divine feminine to buy things so you can dress your shell that accentuates your beauty and your curves? When's the last time you poured into yourself as a woman? Because that masculine energy is in your attitude, it's in your walk, it's in your stride. The only way to get rid or balance the masculine inside of you is by literally focusing on the feminine essence, literally taking some space to remember what it was to be a woman again. You can't enter your soft girl era until you start doing some soft girl type shit. Danielle, I assure you it's not gone. I assure you it's not gone. Because if you're feminine, I'm going to put it to you like this, just to give you a heads up, just to give you some encouragement. If your feminine energy was really gone, you wouldn't even be able to be here amongst other women. A woman who has really lost her feminine energy can't stand being around women, even if it's in a virtual space. It ain't lost. It's just tucked. It ain't gone. It's just tucked. Expose her, because there's a power in the feminine energy that the masculine will never tap. Just like there's a power in the masculine that the feminine will never tap. It is your core essence. Use your core essence and let it burst from inside of you, because that's where the fighter went also. That's where the fighter went also. Danielle, if you got any homegirls, where you live at, any friends, even sisters and family members that you could be around that are women, y'all go out together. Together. Go out together. You need to be around what's like you in order to reassure yourself that it's not completely gone. Stand up for your femininity. You're going to get out that situation. I promise you that. Look, just a heads up. Time for a commercial. First of all, welcome to day 17 of the Summer of Ritual. This is Standing Your Ground. Yeah, start going out with your girls again. This is Standing Your Ground. You know what I'm saying? Standing your ground. These are donation-based rituals and lectures. So, like I said, it ain't got to be much. But if what I said today affected you in a positive way and you loved it and it gave you what you needed, click, hit the Cash App, send over your donations. It ain't gotta be a lot, just what it's worth to you. Also, y'all can get y'all sessions with me. They're still $65 for the hour. Y'all better get in on that sale. The original price is $250 for the hour. So if you need this coaching, if you need to be covered in love, if you need an atmosphere of healing, I'm him. Baby girl, I'm him. Baby girl, I'm him. Baby girl, I'm him. Yeah, yeah. Baby girl, I'm him. I'm gonna have to listen to that later. It's just in my head every time I say that. And don't forget, it's okay if you fell asleep. I got your text. I'm gonna need you to message me, Nina. How you gonna get your schedule? You'll message me. Don't forget, ladies. Don't forget, you can also get your personal in contra. Don't forget, you can also get your personal in contra for $85, your own personal womb in contra for $55, your own birth chart in contra for $55. And just because of Danielle's presence in here today, I will also be offering. Let's see. Let me look. Let me conjure it up in my head right now. For $45, you can get your own feminine activation in contra. And if you don't think a man can script that kind of magic for you, then you ain't heard the Oshun makeover in contra. You ain't heard Spoil Me, because I know you heard Spoil Me. Who you think that was for? Didn't no men use that? No man I know was Spoil Me, Spoil Me, Spoil Me. Everything wants to no man. No man. There was not one. You understand? But y'all get y'all coaching calls with me. We about to get to part 2. I'm just saying, if y'all enjoyed this so far, send over your donations. And don't forget today's in contra, which is the stand your ground in contra. So I didn't hear the Oshun, but I got Spoil Me. Go to my page. It's on there. But don't forget this in contra that I'm going to play for y'all today is actually on sale for $10 too. So you can have this. And this is the stand your ground, and y'all gonna love it. I want y'all to know, just a heads up, I damn near passed out trying to record this because the way it was removing my breath. But what I want you to know is after I finished recording it, I was dead tired before. But when I finished recording it, I had this mad boost. Matter of fact, I'm going to say it was because of the stand your ground in contra that I have this much energy on this live stream today. And I wish I was joking, but it did something to me. like it did something to me. So yeah, definitely holla at me for your set. Look, get in on these specials while you can. Now that I'm adding the feminine activation in contra, that's gonna be crazy. And I don't want to write one universally for every woman because every woman is different. I want to write you your own. $45, easy. I'll write you your own, include your name so you can add it to your womb prayers. Reactivate your feminine energy. For every woman that's in here who has been feeling unworthy lately, it's because you are unworthy. And I'm going to tell you what you're unworthy of. You're unworthy of the bullshit. You're unworthy of the lies. You understand? You're unworthy of the manipulation. See, ain't nothing wrong with being unworthy, because for everything that you're worthy of, there's a direct opposite that you're unworthy of. Like, you're unworthy to struggle. You understand? You're unworthy to keep going through these same cycles over and over and over again. Nothing wrong with being unworthy. It depends on what you're unworthy for. You're worthy of love, but unworthy of hate. I love the way I just put that. There's a lot of things you're worthy of. It's also a lot of things you're unworthy of. Unworthy of manipulation, unworthy of being lied to, unworthy of being abused, unworthy of being manipulated into something you are not, unworthy of being silenced, unworthy of feeling low, unworthy of feeling insecure, unworthy of feeling behind, unworthy of feeling old, unworthy of feeling unattractive. Those are some things you're unworthy of. Self-worth got to be in your conversation and your actions. It ain't nothing wrong with you going through life saying I'm worth more than that. It ain't nothing wrong with you using that during conversations when you're going back and forth with people who refuse to see your worth. I'm worth more than this conversation. Oh, you think you better than everybody? I'm worth more than the thought that I'm better than anybody. I'm worth more than that. Because I mean, if you really want to pop your shit and talk your shit, if I think I'm better than you, that ain't much worth at all, if we gonna be clear. On everything. On everything. That makes me a little more unworthy than you think I am. Like, if I gotta compare me to you, I'm not that worthy at all. On Jesus H. Christ, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. You understand? Said partner will make you feel like the problem is yourself when it's not. And you know what you do in a scenario like that? You pack up all your stuff and you walk away from them. Because until they figure out the problem is themselves, they'll always try to hand it to you. And if you love them enough and you're empathic enough, you'll really start to believe that. Gaslighting is impossible without an agreement. Somebody, y'all better write that down. Gaslighting is impossible without an agreement. In order for your manipulation to work, I'd have to agree with what you're saying on some level. But because I know my worth, I don't agree with nothing that just came out of your mouth. You said a whole lot of nothing just now. How you gonna gaslight me and I don't agree with nothing that's coming out of your mouth? How am I the problem? Matter of fact, don't answer that, because I know I'm not the problem. And if you know you're not the problem, having a discussion about who the problem is very contradicting to the fact that you know you're not the problem. We damn near gaslight ourselves because we agree, because the argument sounds intelligent, when really the intelligent words were used to make you feel stupid. I'm sorry. Gaslighting is impossible without an agreement. Can't gaslight me. How? I'm the problem. I'm the solution, because I'm finna get the hell up out of here. How the hell am I the one that's insecure? I'm insecure? Cool, I'm finna leave so I can go secure myself, because I need to secure me. You only think about yourself. You know what? Let me go ahead and leave this situation so I can finally start thinking about me a lot more. I don't want you to, this is me, I'm an asshole, y'all. I'm like, I don't want you to be a liar. Oh, I don't want you to be that. Like, oh, you only think about yourself. Well, let me go ahead and leave so I can only think about myself. I don't want you to be a liar. I don't want you to look like a fool. I thought about your stomach 7 days ago. I plan to love you 7 days from now. I plan to give you all of me, even when I know there's not much left. I plan to love you every single day. I plan to give you my all. I plan to give you everything you've ever needed and the stuff you didn't even know you desire. But I only think about myself. Man, shit, let me get up out of here so I can go ahead and love on me a little bit. Because I swear I would be a little more grateful if I gave to me what I keep giving to you. Exit. Sex and chocolate. Sex and chocolate. On everything. Out of here. You're welcome, Natasha. On everything. I'm out of here. But you got to learn how to be out before you're stuck in. You got to learn how to be out before you get stuck. Don't let love or the projected love cloud your judgment of their character. Everybody deserves love, but not everybody deserves your love. Stand your ground. Even if it leaves you alone, at least you'll be left alone and not grouped up with all of your abusers. Some of y'all got people you need to stand up against right now in your life. And you've been holding it back so long that that's your excuse of why you won't do it, because you're not sure how it's going to come out. Never do that again. Because when it's bottled up, it comes out in words that you didn't want to say. You let it out so it can come out gently. Express the exact way that you feel without creating a war out of it, and you will have peace. Said it took me a long time to realize I desired what I was giving, and I lost everyone and found my peace. That's the way that it goes. And then you run into genuine people. It took me a long time to find genuine people. But now I got a few. Now I got a few, and I love them. I love them to life because they know what boundaries not to cross with me. They know how to respect my time, my vision, my motion, my business. It'll come, but you got to be open to it. And that's why you stand your ground at the beginning of everything. Because if people know the rules, they won't try to play you so much. And it might even change them in the process. I was going to try to use you for your energy, but you said you're real particular about who you let in your energy. So I'm not even going to attempt to try to break in. If you let me in, you let me in. See, that boundary is automatic because you set it in the beginning. You got to set the standard and don't let them play with the standard. I don't let nobody play on my standard. If I tell you you can't come to my crib and you still try to invite yourself, as soon as you knock on my door, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna put you in your pockets. And like I said don't. I said don't. My life, my rules. My life, my order. My life, my laws. I have to do whatever I have to do to make sure I have peace because when I have peace, self-love becomes effortless. But when there's chaos, I find more reasons to dislike myself because I'm sitting in places that make me feel low. Say love you, bro. We keep going. Learned a lot from you. Ashe. Can y'all believe it's day 17? For those of you who've been here since day one, this is day 17. And I still feel like I'm just getting started. I still feel like I'm just getting started. So we're gonna go ahead and get to this second half. Some people just come in here for the teaching, and I ask that if you enjoyed that, you send over your donation. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask. Make it make it worth it, make it beautiful. If you want to stay for part two, please stay for part two. There's not much instructions I have to give you because for some of these encounters that I'm writing for these, I just want you to sit and feel it. Because I want you to feel that same boost I felt and pay attention to the patterns of your atmosphere as you meditate. For those of you that's going to say, I don't know how to meditate, you do it all the time. Don't try. You don't try to meditate. You just do. You allow yourself to travel where you're traveling, but you don't allow your destination to move you into a discomfortable place or a place of discomfort. I said discomfortable. A place of discomfort. So hats off to the men in the chat. It's not many trying to learn. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just a feminine magnet. I don't know why more men don't be over here. You see how much that be hurting my feelings. I'll be sitting there like, because it's not a who's better. It's not a what man is stronger. Hell, we all pushing through something. We all pushing through something. I'm trying to be the best me. That's it. But here we go. Let me play this in contra. I got to get up and stretch my legs. Because I have been taking care of myself as of lately, especially my health. Especially my health. Hold on, let me click it. Y'all ready for this in contra? Y'all ready? Oh, remember I said it's on sale for $10. I mean, if y'all shop with me, man, I got so many different encounters. You just gotta hit me up and see what you want and then quote me a price for it. But this one's $10. I'm telling you, shop with me. This is literally my job, what I'm doing right now in front of y'all. So just a heads up. A heads up, 7 up. I'm gonna put the camera off to the side though so I can get up and stretch and whatnot. So I'm gonna play it right now though. There we go. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shining. Yeah. Y'all know that record. Stop acting like you don't know the record. We all watch TV.
Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again.
Like any minute now. Oh Lord. Oh, it's about to restart. We good. Oh Lord.
Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again.
Such peace.
Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my
You said,
ground, I
can I have
stand up
this
for
one
me.
for 10
As long
then?
as I stand, I
Because I
can
had
do
Cash App 20
anything. I
for the
can
self
break any
sabotage, but
obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is
yes,
fertile. I
Natasha.
stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. My Cash App, Benyo. As long as I stand,
Or you can click the link in my bio. My Cash App's there too.
obstacle, jump any hurdle.
Thank you for those that donated. Seriously.
I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and
Said this one I can remember every word, so I'm guessing it's for me. Ashe.
No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing.
Ashe, Lisette.
I'm standing forever. I'll stand again.
You know what I'm waiting on? So every time you say, Natasha, I think you're talking to me when I know there's a Natasha on YouTube. You know what? I'm looking forward to the day for all the wonderful, beautiful ladies in here to come into the live stream and be like, I did it. To come into the live stream and be like, oh, I left him, or I finally did what I wanted to do. I finally traveled where I wanted to go. I finally got the job I wanted. I finally started that business I've been meaning to start. I cannot wait to hear that good news. That's what you're here for. That's the type of shaman I am. I want you to see the glory of your life, but I need you to see the glory that has always been in you. Greetings, Trinity.
I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing.
Whoa, sorry. I kicked the plug out. Start it over.
Standing my ground, I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again. Standing my ground. I stand up for me. As long as I stand, I can do anything. I can break any obstacle, jump any hurdle, have peace in my garden. My soil is fertile. I stand in my growth. I stand in my power. I'm hungry for happiness. Fear is devoured. I stand on my blessings, and blessings they stand for me. I will keep standing. I stand with eternity. No one can knock off the balance. I'm standing and standing. I'm standing forever. I'll stand again.
Mm. Ashe, everybody. Mm. The road is so tough, but I know I'll get through it all if I just stand up. Mighty I am in the face of it all. Nothing's impossible for me. I stand my ground. I stand tall, and every time I do, I evolve greatly, wonderfully made. I am standing my ground. Stand my ground. I'm so free whenever I stand up for me. I am so free, so free. Oh, oh, stand my ground, stand my ground. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can stand Stand now, now, now. Stand now. I'm sure of it all. I can stand my ground. Stand my, stand my, stand my, stand my ground. I'm standing my ground right now, right now, right now. Right now. I'm standing my ground, my ground, my ground. Ooh, my ground, my ground. Standing my ground. Standing my ground now. Standing my ground now. Stand my ground. I'm firm and I'm sure I can endure it. And all of the doors will be open for me. If I just stand my ground, my life can change right now, right now. I just want y'all to know that I believe in each and every one of you. As much as you cycle in your head that your situation is impossible, it's not. It may be the hardest decision you've ever made, but it's going to be the best decision you've ever made. Say, I release me so I can finally be free. So free right now, right now. So free right now. So free. Miguel, tell Jazz I'm proud of her. Tell Jazz I'm proud of her. And again, I told you, if they want the problems, you let me know. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel? Mm, 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 I know you're afraid. I know you're afraid. That's okay. After you stand up for yourself for real this time, you're going to see that there's not much for you to be afraid of. The atmosphere is primed for your way out. The stage is set for your freedom. All it's going to take is you standing up for yourself in an unwavering way. Unwavering. Your life is not over, whoever I'm talking to right now. Mm-mm. One could almost say it's just getting started. Because until you've stood up for yourself, you have not begun to live. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be loved properly. You deserve to be taken care of the way you take care of everybody else. But you will not receive that until you stand your ground. Because where you stand is the place that everything you've ever desired is built from. So I want you to think to yourself this evening, where in my life can I stand to stand a little more? And you start from there. And you go from there. And in that moment, you have decided that what you desire is more important than what others desire of you. And that's when you're going to taste true freedom. You deserve the greatest. Now all you got to do is be that a little more for yourself. All the things you've been praying for, hoping for, manifesting, you've been doing ritual work day in, day out. You've been going crazy trying to get the desires of your heart, but you have yet to desire you. Because I promise you, everything you've ever wanted is there. It's a journal prompt. Thank you, Shaman Ashe. Natasha on YouTube, I gotta make it clear now, right? Said, I moved to Florida with nothing but the clothes on my back because I was in a very bad situation. And let me tell y'all, ladies, it was so worth it. 11 years later, I'm doing just fine. Your situation is not impossible. You make it feel impossible every time you choose to not stand your ground. You make it impossible. I'm looking forward to the good news. I'm looking forward to the good news. I'm looking forward to the unlimited smiles and the tears of joy, because all it takes is one full expression of yourself amongst the people you believe don't love you properly. And all you're doing in that moment is setting your life up for the most glorious moments ever. Now you won't settle for a job. You won't settle for whatever position is available. You won't go to school for a degree just because it's a comfortable career. You won't stop. You won't put your dreams down because it's just not right in this world. You won't back away from the things that you desire because some other people think it's too big for it to happen for you. No, you're gonna walk in that authority that says, I deserve exactly what I desire, and what, and then some. Mm, 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 mm. I feel like in these spaces, especially when you get off of here, it's time for you to start declaring what you want your life to be, and then walk with the attitude as so it already is. It's there for you. It's there for you. Let us unwind. Oh, that was such a beautiful session today. Oh, that was such a beautiful session today. I'm proud of you, Jazz. Jazz came back and said she did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Yay. We proud of you, Jazz. So proud of you. Today was a beautiful session. Oh my God. I feel like it's okay. You know, you can always rewatch it on YouTube because it's going up on the tube of you. You know what I'm saying? It's going up on the tube of you. So you don't have to really worry about missing it for real. It's gonna be there. Mm, 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 mm. I'm always looking for something to listen to on my phone just because that's just how I am after a session. I gotta, you know, gotta make sure I'm feeling it. Yeah, that was good. Oh, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. That felt good. Felt like I shedded that. Like, don't forget again. Get your coaching sessions with me. They're still $65 for the hour. Y'all better get the special while it's special. You understand? You have a beautiful evening. Also, don't forget you can get your full blown in contras for 85. I mean, yeah, for $85. You can get your birth chart in contra for $55. You can get your womb in contra for $55. Or because of Danielle, who introduced a whole new space, you can now get your feminine empowerment in contra. And if you're a man you're watching, you can get your masculine empowerment in contra too for $45. You understand? Like, come to me if you need coaching, if you need ritual work, if you need to learn how to hone in on your abilities. I coach, I do all of that. You just got to hit me up. Let me know your budget. Let me know what you're working with, and I'll tell you what I can work with you with. So thank you so much. I owe you so much. I'll be DMing you for that for sure. I look forward to it. Said I'll message you in a little bit. I'm still scared though. Don't be scared. I promise you, you're gonna love the session. You're gonna love it. I swear to you. You're gonna love it. I had 2 sessions this morning. I can't believe how hard I've been working as of lately. But I've been working my behind off. Like for real. I don't know why. I just have. I just feel the need to not shut up no more. Oh yeah, facts. And you can purchase a group of Encontras, a bundle, 5 for 25 or 10 for 50. And trust me, you think what you heard today was something. As far as I got hundreds on hundreds just sitting here. I just don't push them, and I need to start. But yeah, let's do this. Let's do this prayer of protection, and let's get up out of here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm about to get up out of here because I'm about to get my fat boy on. My neighbor, he cooking today. I told him I'll buy a plate from him, just trying to support the community. But yeah. And it sounds like it's gonna be delicious. Delicioso. It sounds like it's gonna be good. So let's do this prayer of protection, and then I'll let y'all. Tomorrow it's gonna be another surprise. What tomorrow's session's gonna be 4 o'clock p.m. CST. Okay. Protection. I declare protection against all entities who are against my perfection. Any hiding within, you are now ejected. Any energy in the wrong, you are now corrected. Protection. I declare protection. I call upon the powers of my heavenly sections. I declare myself cloaked to be unseen by the unseen. I declare myself safe from the unclean. I declare a shield around me that can't be penetrated by anything. Protection. I declare protection. Anything that tries to penetrate it gets instant rejection. I declare it reflected back to its source, a quadruple dose of its infection. Protection. I declare protection, and it is so because of my I am presence. The surprises have been surprising. Ashe, Amun, so mote it be, and so it is. In the name of Jesus, Ashe, Olodumare, all praises to the Most High, all praise, honor, and respect to the Supreme Architect, all love, praise, and honor to each and every one of you, all love and praises to the wonderful God King Soon. I love you at 360. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. CST. It don't matter if you late or not. On time is when you show up. Let Spirit guide you behind right here tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. CST. I love you at 360. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening. Peace, YouTube.